goodness. Oh, wow! In your life, have you seen anything like that?
Hello, folks, and welcome back to the Cutliner Golfing Podcast, brought to you by the TAB. My name is Carl Tiley, and I am joined in studio today by the boys, Paul Mawate to my left. How are you, Paul?
Good, thank you, Carl.
That's good. And down the end there, Patrick Jones. Pat, 2 weeks in a row. Major again? Major week?
Of course.
Is it a trick question?
I'm just going to roll with it.
There is a major on. There is a major on this week. We'll get to that shortly. But let's get into it. There was a major last week, and it was a pretty major finish. If you're not aware of what happened and you're still holding out hope to watch the replay, maybe close your ears.
Maybe don't be listening to a golf podcast on Tuesday.
Maybe sort your life out.
Wow. Yep. JT wins his second major, his second PGA Championship at Southern Hills in a playoff against Will Zalatoris. Patrick, give us a hot take from the playoff.
Don't really
on
have
the spot.
Any hot takes. The playoff itself was rather tame. I was a bit not disappointed, obviously, having backed JT, but yeah, it sort of just felt like from the moment he drove onto 17 green there in the second playoff hole, it was just a bit of a coronation. Yeah. So no sort of fireworks on 18, which we did get plenty of in regulation, so I can't complain too much. But yeah, it was thoroughly enjoyable last round. It's good sort of to have an actual race for a major championship after what Scotty did to the field at Augusta.
Yeah. And Paul, as someone who had Will Zalatoris to win.
Yeah, I did.
Can we your thoughts, please, on how the playoff played out?
Well, as you know, I wasn't able to watch that because I had work to do. So,
not many TVs in it.
What did you say earlier? Get a life? Sort your life out?
I was in the middle of my working life. So I missed the playoff. I actually got back to watch Justin Thomas two-putt the 18th to win. So
you saw the win?
Yeah, saw the win.
How you feeling?
Well, all the action took place before the playoff.
It did.
To be fair.
Let's get there. Mito Pereira did what can only be described as lighting himself on fire on the 18th hole.
How do you put yourself out when you're on fire? Give him the
creek. Water.
Was that his normal caddy? Because he needed to make a stand. He needed to, on the final tee, on the 72nd hole, he needed to say, yo, take the iron.
No, I disagree.
No, he had to.
I disagree. Why?
It's not an easy par, that hole.
How many times have you taken iron off the tee, Paul, in the hopes to give yourself an easier shot into the green, and you seemingly snap hook it or hit a wee baby fade into a creek or an out of bounds?
Mate, I snap hook all of my plays. We're talking about PGA professionals here, and they should have taken at least a utility or a fairway wood, something like that. That's what you do. You play the numbers game.
Disagree.
Put it down the middle somewhere.
He wasn't driving it that great.
Have a 6 or a 5 iron in. Put it in the middle of the green somewhere, even on the other side of the green, and two-putt. Did
you see how that hole was playing all week?
Come on, play the numbers.
Where do you stand on this?
I think you just had to go early, because if you leave yourself too much of an approach into that green, things can also go horribly, horribly wrong, as we saw.
Yeah.
Like if you end up in the wrong bunker there, backing over is certainly in play. So I think.
Guess what? Yeah. He did end up in the bad stuff.
He did. Look, it was a tough scene.
Tell you what, not if you're on JT.
No.
It was
stole
it. Patrick, you said to me in the office, I think with a couple of holes to go, I was trying to kick home another birdie from JT, and you said to me, look, I'll take the 5 under if we can get to the clubhouse and apply some scoreboard pressure, and it worked.
Yeah.
Will Zalatoris, Paul made a big putt on 18 in regulation to make the playoff.
He did. He missed quite a few before that, though, unfortunately.
He was like the 5th best putter in the field all week, to be fair.
Did you see the stroke?
Numbers don't lie.
What the?
Well, the close up when they went in and just did a big circular figure 8 motion. I'm well rehearsed with that motion. I know exactly what happens. But yeah, anything else we want to mention?
I just want to ask Paul, as someone who was on the Will Zalatoris, were you disappointed he didn't try and get line of sight relief from when he hit or make more of an effort to when he hit the ball into the bush there on, was that 6? Really do a sort of bit of a fill and put on a show and say he could have hit the ball out of that bush?
He's no Bryson DeChambeau. There were no fire ants. I respect that.
Yeah. Any other major talking points that we've kind of missed apart from the big 3 there?
The complaints from some members of the PGA about the course setup.
Get in the Arkansas River.
Yeah.
It's a major.
Toughen up.
Yeah.
Get on life.
Toughen up.
Interesting though, just looking forward, I saw on Twitter this morning in Oak Up, 6 of the last 7 US Open champs have finished T11 or better in the previous major. So was there anyone from the field, particularly at the pointy end, you sort of feel better about going forward now?
That is a very good question, Patrick. And
I have the list of the top 11 here.
that would be very handy.
So
'cause
obviously JT and Zalatoris, Mito, Cam Young, Matty Fitz, Tommy, Chris Kirk, Rory, Abraham Answer, Tom Hoagie, the great Seamus Power, and Brendan Steele are the ones who qualify there. So that's one of those is winning the US Open if we go by the numbers, as we like to do on this podcast.
like Rory, despite a tough 3rd round,
It's always got a bad one in it.
I thought he played pretty well this week. He will be there or thereabouts come US Open. I was massive on Matty Fitz. He loves these tournaments where the low mid to between -1 and -10 is a win. He may struggle with the length.
Yeah, that's the only thing right at
But
Brookline.
went all right this week. Really impressed with Cameron Young.
He's my one I had circled.
Yeah, he had a real chance to win it late in the piece there, or midway through that round, and then sort of the wheels came off a little bit. But him and another rookie that I was really impressed with outside the top 11, obviously, but Davis Riley, T13. There's a lot. There's a lot there.
Yeah.
JT.
JT was good, yeah.
Is that a weight lifted off JT, you think?
I think
No.
Wow.
It's not.
Paul, if you can't tell, Paul's really pissy that JT won and Zalatoris
I'm
lost.
happy for JT. He deserved to win. He played the best golf on the final day.
he was also in the much harder way the first 2 days than Zalatoris, which not that, I'd back Will Zalatoris too as well. So I was, happy to see him do well. But I think, maybe that in the future, when you're looking back at these leaderboards in 5-10 years time, you forget what the weather split was like in some of these tournaments. Like, we're never going to think about the Players Championship early this year and remember how bad JT had it in the first 2 rounds there either. So to battle through, survive those first 2 days, which must have just been exhausting, and then still do that on the 4th day, it was super. I think it's got to do something, right? It can't hurt.
Yeah. Will Zalatoris has come out this week and said he will win a major. And
I agree with him.
Yeah, so it's hard not to disagree. His what has he got here? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 starts, 8 starts
In majors.
majors. 2018 he missed the cut. He must have been about 13 if he was playing in 2018.
Probably had a bit of homework to do.
Yeah. 2020 US Open. Sorry, that was the US Open. T6. Missed the cut last year. Withdrew at the Open Championship last year, but he was playing pretty well from memory. Masters, obviously, runner-up to Hideki. T6 this year. PGA Champ, T8 next year. Last year, sorry.
T8 next year.
Yeah, it could be T8 next year.
Now.
Here's my big call. And second this year. Is this the new age Louis Oosthuizen, perhaps?
Yeah, maybe.
Wow.
He's got 2 runners up already. He's only 2 shy of the career, the Louis Slam.
Wow. You make that your big call.
Maybe I will.
Mm.
Maybe I will.
Unfortunately, he couldn't quite sneak into the top 5 of Augusta, keep the rookie slam going for another.
Mm.
But yeah, I think he's going to be the top of the market, or near the top of the market, not at the top of the market for pretty much every major going forward from what we've seen now.
I think the bookies. Well, we can have a look actually. I think the bookies won't show as much respect as he probably warrants. Let's go US Open. Outright betting. Tell you what, $29 Will Zalatoris for the US Open. Unfortunately, Paul does this not quite in the mid-tier yet. But you having a piece of $29 after what you saw?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Very happy to take that.
Okay.
What's okay.
Yeah, the same price as Matt Fitzpatrick and $4 more than Patrick Cantlay. I will very much
Yeah, give me
get involved. Cam Young, $56 as well, just a FYI for.
Tiger Woods, $76.
Stop it.
Is that to show up or to
Big cat, big withdrawal.
just get right for St Andrews? Big cat, we need you there.
Yeah, he didn't look good, did he?
No,
It's
from the outset.
No.
Friday was great. Friday their time, like that
For
was,
him,
yeah.
For him to,
Mm.
he was on the cut line the whole day, the second day, and to grind out the cut and make it was just goes to show what kind of pedigree and what type of player he is.
Move along.
All right, Paul's not in a very good mood today.
Well, I want to see him at St Andrews.
So I do too. I've got a bit of bet on him at St Andrews. I'm on.
It's probably drifted since then.
Yeah, might have to double down. It's just while we're there.
Over under 4.5 bets on Tiger at St Andrews from Carl by the time we get there.
Put the over now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be over before this podcast is done. No, he's come in. I don't know how that works. He's currently $34 for the Open.
What are the bookies?
So is Will
What are they
Zalatoris.
doing?
I got him at 51s.
Oh, he can barely walk and he's coming to 34s.
Will you give me
make that.
Zalatoris straight up against Tiger at St Andrews?
Yes.
I don't really want. No, it's just an interesting little thought experiment.
Yes, I
That's a
will.
very interesting group at $34. Just to go completely off track, but Bryson, Louis, Fitzy, Tiger, and Zalatoris
Louis,
has won there.
that's his home.
Has he
That's
won
his-
there and been in a playoff there?
Yeah. Fitz, yeah.
I think Bryson either finishes 30 under or 30 over at St Andrews.
Yeah,
if he
could
shows
see that
up.
happen too.
Now I'll take the 30 over
Okay.
or closer to
Uh-huh.
than 30 under.
I'll give you that action.
There we go. Let's move on. That might lead well into our big call segment.
Hope you enjoyed our Open Championship preview on the cut line.
Yeah. In US Open.
4 weeks out.
No, it's US Open.
What'd you say?
Open Championship.
Oh, right.
It's about 8 weeks.
8 weeks out.
It's exciting stuff on the cut line. Big call. My big call last week was Bryson to make top 20. Didn't even play, so
Money back.
didn't even hear that he withdrew. There was no sort of
It was very
hooping around
unbryson.
Bryson. Yeah,
Look out for Bryson on the LIV.
Oh, he's in the field this week.
he is on the field. Oh, excuse
He was
me.
on the field last week too.
That's true. He is. It's home game for him this week, so
What, Texas?
I'm not going to follow that up.
I saw something on the LIV that Louis.
Louis the Oost.
I don't know where I
Why-
saw it or
He wasn't wearing his UPS logo this week, which
Ah.
I think has triggered a few.
Westwood has been
Does.
dubbed by UPS
Yeah,
as
well,
well.
that's because it was a lot more obvious when Westy wasn't rocking it, but Oostie's sort of been hanging around in the background.
anyway. When is that? It's
It's the week before the US.
yeah,
so,
not far away. Interesting.
Greg Norman's still got time to say about 300 more stupid things and get the train off the tracks before that. So
Yes, he does. Anyway, let's circle back. Big call. You were on DeChambeau as well.
I was on Foxy top 30 finish, which was looking real good after 3 rounds.
Oh fuck! We should probably talk about him just quickly.
Great.
He played
first 3 rounds,
bloody
yeah.
well.
He
First
did.
3 rounds, even par. First 3 rounds.
He'll be very disappointed with the final round. To be fair,
There
the
must have
putts
been
just didn't drop for him on the final day.
there must have been someone running around with a flamethrower lighting people on fire.
Oh yeah, some of the
It was-
like that morning wave on Sunday morning Tulsa time. Some of the scores there were. Although I think if you said to Foxy before the week you'll lose to Rahm by 1 shot and beat Brooks by a shot, probably would have taken it. So
Yeah,
positives there.
plenty of punters will be fairly disappointed. The favourite power play, Fox, Brooks, and Answer all top 40. Paying $17, I think. Answer cash very easily. Foxy was looking home, and Brooks needed a good round on the final day. Obviously, it didn't happen, but
71 would have got him there.
71 was a very good round on the final day.
Yeah.
One over par. Crikey, Mito Pereira would have taken that.
he probably would have taken 2 over
He would
par.
have.
What was your big call, Paul? Can you remember?
Last week.
It was something that results in 2067. I don't remember exactly what it was.
What?
Oh, it was Phil will never play on the PGA Tour again.
Oh, that's right.
Has he played on the
he's,
PGA
he's
Tour?
1 for 1.
There wasn't a PGA Tour event last week.
Boom.
He's not on the field this
Is he in the
week.
field this week? Boom.
2 for 2.
I'll double down on Phil.
I'm looking forward to our weekly updates on this every week for the next 20 years.
Have you got a big call this week?
Yeah, Phil.
Please.
He will win the first rendition of the LIV Tour.
The
Wow.
overall tour.
Yeah. For the season. He will win it.
Is that because it's predetermined or?
Not predetermined.
Has he got some gambling debts with you too he needs to pay off?
Anytime he wants to meet on the course, come on down, big guy.
That would be a match worth watching.
Yeah, it would. Who do you reckon be the best trash talker in that one?
I think they just both bring the best out of each other. And everyone have to turn it off after about 3 holes because they've been playing 4 hours and only made it halfway up the third fairway.
He doesn't want to play today. Patrick.
Bear a hole too.
Your big call this week.
You're going to like this one, Carl. You're going to really like this one.
Tiger Woods.
Jordan Spieth just wins this week. He absolutely loves it here.
They've got 3 runner-ups and a win.
He does.
He does like Texas.
He's back.
He does.
He's on fire. I mean, ignoring last week. On the PGA Tour, he's on fire.
And his cheeseburger buddy won last week.
That's true, yeah.
I looked into that because obviously Spieth won a couple of weeks ago. JT last week. Smiley Kaufman's now the new on-course guy.
Face of ESPN Golf.
I looked harder to see if I could pick Ricky this week, see if we could get Ricky back over the line. But unfortunately,
No.
I couldn't find an angle in there.
It's not the worst course for Ricky.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
He's had a couple of good
Is
results.
that your big call?
No, I wasn't going to go there, but no,
No, you can't.
I can't. Ricky will make the cut. Can I make that my big call?
I mean,
I mean,
it's a call. I'll
that's
let
how
you
he's been
decide
going
how
lately.
large it is.
No, he looked good last week.
He made the cut last week.
He looked like the orange pants are back.
And top.
No, he had a white top on. That's
He
orange
had
pants.
orange.
Did he?
When he took the white one off,
Ah,
orange.
That reminds me, we need to
Back
talk
to the
about Tony
Fritz.
Finau's fit on the Saturday, that floral hoodie. I think that was my highlight of the whole round. Forget JT's driving to 17 in the playoff.
Nike have got some out there takes when it comes to clothing at the moment.
Yeah. If they want to send any along to us,
Yeah. I'll happily wear one
Well
of those
played.
floral hoodies on the podcast next week if any were to show up.
That's true.
aloha. Mahalo.
I think we should move along.
Yeah. My big call this week. Looking at the odds, not that big a call, but Stephen Alker at the Senior PGA Championship will win.
He's he's arguably the hottest golfer on the Champions Tour at the moment.
Well, not arguably, he is leading the Charles Schwab
Money.
Cup by about 400 grand. And
He wouldn't have made
luckily-
400 grand on his
no,
whole career on the PGA.
luckily for him, Bernard Langer is about 700 grand behind him.
Well, look, it wasn't that long ago where you used to see Bernhard Langer and Miguel Angel Jimenez at the top of Champions League,
Yes.
the Champions Tour tournaments.
Well, The previous tournament played, Stricker won it. Alka and Jimenez were in the final pairing. And I just saw something yesterday on the replay that was showing. They finished up and Stricker won by 4 or 5 shots, whatever it was. Shaking hands, Alka comes in, shakes his hand. Stricker shakes Jimenez's hand. And then Jimenez goes to shake Alka's hand. He just turns his back and walks away.
Who, Elka?
Yeah.
Oh.
And Jimenez was sort of like arced up, and I don't know if that's anything to read into there, but
Miguel does have previous.
Who was it with?
Keegan Bradley.
Keegan Bradley,
Yeah,
that's
right.
right. Love
I'm
it.
definitely Team Miguel there, but
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was just, I might be making something out of nothing there, but my big call, Stephen Alka will win a major this week. Kiwis winning majors.
I need to get Elka on the show to find it.
do.
Just get the what's going on there.
We do. We'll make some inquiries.
Mm.
Okay. Let's have a look at last week. Betting results. Huge week for the cut line. Huge week. If you've
Wins.
followed us in collectively, we've amassed almost $1,000. Probably isn't. It is 1,000.
Profit.
More than $1,000 profit.
Profit.
Huge.
it's like a
Huge.
live golf tour over here.
Paul up 160.
Yes, should have been more.
Patrick up 345, 346, and myself up 557-ish. Not bad. Now I had a quick look at the overall update.
I wonder why.
We're all into the positives.
Yeah. I don't think that ever happened. That's
No.
ever happened. I don't think it's ever happened.
No, and just let me remind you all that Patrick joined the show, and he inherited
Well,
Tom's misfortune. You could say.
Battled with debt, like a student
He
loan.
was.
Well, when you buy into a business,
But he's come back. He's come back. So I guess we could shout out Tom and say you're back on top, Tom, too.
yeah,
team
well done,
It's a team
Tom.
effort.
Well done.
I know he listens. But going back, we've tipped most weeks from the Olympics onwards. Now, this is since we've started the new show or the new format. So I don't know how many tournaments that is. I'm not going to count up, but it's a lot. But so Paul is up. Let's say $70. Patrick's up 54. I'm up nearly 1,300. But I had a look at since Patrick's joined the panel. Paul up 180. Patrick up 360. And I've just about made all of my cash since Patrick joined. $995.
Probably need to look into that.
Well, you know, they so you know,
You're
someone
the one that does the sheet.
Well,
So
you need another column there.
what for?
Well, results since Teddy left.
He's still trying to get out of debt.
We would
We would
be
still
in a huge hole.
we would be. The old format didn't work. Didn't work. But we've found a new winning way. Everyone wins. Okay. This week, quick look, very quick look. The LPGA match plays on. It's exciting stuff. Not sure what we're going to have betting wise for it.
Is there nothing up at the moment?
There's an outright up at the moment.
right. Great course.
Hopefully, we will see some matches. But they are, correct me if I'm wrong, Patrick, at Shadow Creek.
It is.
Is that Vegas?
Yep.
He hosted
that's-
the original match.
That's where it had that's where this tournament was played last
Yes.
season.
And was it the CJ Cup was there on the PGA
Yes.
Tour
Yep.
as well?
Yep.
Oh, that's when it couldn't go to
Couldn't go
Korea.
to Korea, yeah.
Yep. So we've seen a lot of this course.
Bank of Hope match day.
Who was it? Leona Maguire,
I believe. No,
Hannah Green last year. I could be making these up.
No.
Uh,
Was Sophia Popov in there somewhere?
oh, maybe it was.
Did she
Maybe we should.
lose it on the 17th? Let me just have a little baby.
We should probably have this.
Ellie Ewing wins 2021
Ellie
Bank
Ewing.
of Hope
Who did she
play.
beat in the?
over Germany's Sophia Popov.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah,
There you
and I think it happened on the 17th, which was that. I think
Oh,
it's
was
that
that when she was in the
par
bunker?
3, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I remember. But this kickstarts a stretch. There's about 5 weeks of very good golf for the women in the LPGA. There's 2 majors in there as well. the US Open and the PGA Championship. So some good golf to come, and we'll be previewing the big ones for there for sure.
Well, we're the Australian Minjee Lee favourite at $10. Second favourite Australian Hannah Green at 14.
Oh, is there no big names? Well, some of the bigger names are not there.
Yeah.
Daniel
Lydia
King.
Ko, not there. You are right.
Jin Young Ko not there.
No.
Nelly Corder's still out injured, I believe, but not
Yeah.
far away.
All the quarters.
Jessica also not there this week.
Mm.
I was just looking through the leaderboard here. Danielle Kang seems a big price at $29.
29?
Comparatively, she's been a lot shorter than that.
Mm.
Probably stronger fields.
Well, how about
Yes.
Sophia Popov at 101, runner-up last time?
This can play match play.
Sounds like the course.
Yeah.
So yeah, keep an eye out for betting options there. We're recording this on a Tuesday afternoon, so might be later in the week.
Defending champ 46. Wow, we.
And as I mentioned on the senior tour, PGA Championship major week. Steve Stricker, $5.50 favourite. Stephen Alker, $6. Big jump to Podrick Harrington, $11. How good's this field?
I'll have a bit of Padre at 11s, I think.
Oh yeah.
He's tired, surely, after.
Anyone jump out at you there, Paul?
Wei
Oh.
Yang, $81.
Stephen Elker.
Stephen Alker.
How about Elker and Jimenez in the final pairing on the
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
That would be, yeah.
I've heard they've got beef. I don't know where from, but they've got
I'd
some serious beef.
love to see that.
When's Keegan Bradley eligible for the PGA, the Champions Tour?
This caddy must be on me. So. Anyway, let's look at this week. Short Sharp Show. Paul, what are you looking for at the Charles Schwab Challenge?
I'm not looking for driving distance.
No,
Although
not required.
last year's champ, Jason Cockrack, he can hit it down there, but he's an anomaly to the previous 15 winners probably.
Yeah.
Driving distance really didn't come into it. It's a fairly short course by modern PGA standards, I guess you could say.
Yep.
Driving accuracy, also not overly important for mine. What I'm really looking for is second shot play, iron play, greens and regulation. A little bit similar to last week, where greens and regulation, and then the ability to get up and down, scramble.
Yep.
It always helps when you're putting well, but I think greens and regulation and scrambling really come to the fore at the Colonial Country Club. So those are the thoughts on qualities I'm looking for. If you're looking for course correlation, I think Deer Run, Augusta, number of players. Well, Jordan Spieth has played well at Augusta, and he's played very, very well.
Southern Hills going to factor in, being Perry Maxwell as well.
I
You just said last week.
Around the greens, maybe.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bunkers, obviously.
yes.
Mm. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to. So you were really in a flow. I was just
No, I was in a flow.
Now he's gone.
Yeah. The one time we actually got him talking this podcast.
Wow.
Patrick, anything to add? Or are you still?
Yeah, no, I'm pretty much the same. Don't worry about what they do off the tee. It's going to be a second shot course here. So greens and reg is obviously huge. It's harder to predict, obviously, but you're going to need a hot putter. So guys who can't putt, I've probably left out a bit more than I would have say last week. But yeah, looking for guys who can hit those greens and get up and down when they miss them. Yeah, I think strokes gained approach and that sort of area is where I'm going to be looking.
And experience on the course.
Horses for courses course.
Yes.
Well,
I've already given away my top selections, so yeah, you know what I'm
Who,
looking for.
funnily enough, cannot putt at the moment.
He's one of the great putters in PGA Tour history.
Yeah, love what you all said. In terms of strokes gained data, the last 4 winners, they've finished on average 3rd strokes gained tee to green, 21st off the tee, 9th in approach, 38th around the green, and 9th in putting. So just say putting, approach, and just general tee to green play.
Jason Duffner, crikey.
Seems like an unnecessary shot.
Best bet, is it?
No, just a couple of runner-ups. So yeah, it is very much a Zach Johnson.
PGA champion Jason Duffner.
Exactly.
Masters champion Zach Johnson.
Zach Johnson. Open Championship.
Masters champion Jordan Spieth.
Ryder Cup captain. Anyway, let's get to betting. And I'll start down the end there, Patrick.
Jordan
We
Spieth,
know where you're
$14.
going.
Please and thank you. 4 top 2 finishes here. Obviously loves it. He was second last year, and he's back to playing some of his best golf he has in a while. That's for sure. 2 top 2 finishes in his last 3 starts. Wasn't quite there last week, but he was still striking the ball well. Just couldn't quite get the flat stick rolling. And we know he loves these greens, so he'll be well at home. He's 13th for strokes gained approach on tour this season. 24th greens and rig, and 9th scrambling. But yeah, it's the horses for courses. Jordan just loves it here. He will be there or thereabouts, and he's due for another win.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he was one of 2 that I look pretty hard at here. But don't tend to like taking Jordan, so I won't. I'll jump in then, and I'll go with good friend of the show. I'd like to think so anyway. Max Homer, $25.
Went all right.
He
Last
did go T13 last week.
Yeah.
In fact, he has made 8 straight cuts. In those 8 cuts, got a win and 5 more finishes of T17 or better, all at extremely hard tournaments. Thoughts this week a lot easier, so he should be playing a lot better. He ranks as the 5th best player in the field over the last 6 months in terms of strokes gained data. He's in the top 10 tee to green off the tee approach. He's 15th in putting. He is a pure iron player. Can make it 2 wins in 3 starts here at a very nice price. Max Homer at $25 for me. Paul.
Colin Morikawa at $18. He's played this course twice. Runner-up 2 years ago, top 15 last year. The stats that we're looking for, very, very much in his favour. He's 9th in strokes gained approach the green, 10th in strokes gained off the tee, 13th in greens and regulation. He's had a very, very good season. He was 5th at the Masters, so there's some sort of course correlation again. And then he had a couple of runner-ups and a couple of top 5s back towards the beginning of the season. So it's a course that suits him. He's played very, very well this season. We'll be backing him.
Nice.
Colin Morikawa, $18.
Just remembered what my big call was going to be. We have to rewind here, but
Throw it out there.
Scotty Scheffler not to make the cut
Ooh.
2 weeks in a row.
It was very strange seeing Scotty rattled for I think the first time ever. He's usually so even when he had a couple of sort of bad spots at the Masters, he was grinning. But then was it 17th green on Saturday morning? It's impossible.
Not happy.
Angry man.
Not happy. Sorry. Mid-tier, Patrick.
Another man who's had a couple of runners up and a couple of good finishes this season, Tom Hoagie at $56. It was good last week, T9 at the PGA, 3 really good rounds. It was just a second round 74 that sort of, which not even really a bad round, and all things considered at Southern Hills, but that was the one that led him down. He was even par or better in all 3 other rounds. Went to school just across the road at TCU, so I'm sure he's made his way around Colonial Country Club several times.
Horn Frogs.
Go Horn Frogs. 6th in strokes gained approach this season and 7th for scrambling. Just the PGA Tour, the PGA Championship, was his 2nd straight top 20, and he's got 5 in his last 11 starts. So in good form. Obviously won earlier this season at Pebble, and what's a bit of a wind-affected track as well. So if the winds get up like they're forecast to in Dallas, he'll be just fine.
It's always windy in Dallas, isn't it?
The wind's just bigger in Texas. That's what they say.
Deep in the heart of
What's
Texas.
windy? Texas or Wellington?
Wellington. Texas is America windy. Wellington's just windy.
Yeah.
World windy.
Wellington sucks.
Palmerston North actually
Windy-wise.
windier than Wellington.
Is it?
Wow. Big call. Yeah, there's your
I
big
don't
call.
You played Shannon Golf Course down the river on a Wednesday night in the middle of November. It's pretty windy. I'm pretty torn here. I've got 3 players, one in the 30s, one in the 40s, and one in the 50s.
Can't multi them though.
No, not at the moment.
Because you'll back them all.
Can back them all. I'm going to go with, this makes me sick, Brian Harmon at $56.
A lot of people catching a lot of shots this week.
Yeah.
Not quite sure why.
We've got this thing, a little group betting situation where the joke is let's take Brian Harman each week, and I refuse, and now I'm taking it.
Taking
So the boys will be happy. 15th best player in the field over the last 6 months, according to strokes gained data. He is ranked 23rd strokes gained tee to green, 27th off the tee, 22nd in putting, 11th on tour for driving accuracy. He has gained strokes in all major categories over the last 6 tournaments, and on the course versus the field, he is ranked inside the top 10 in strokes gained tee to green, ball striking, approach, and around the green. Loves this course. Brian Harman at $56. Paul?
Jason Cochrane, defending champ at $46.
Also one to keep an eye out for in London coming up in the coming weeks.
I'm sure he'd like to farewell the tour with a nice little thanks for the check. I'm on the
tartan
way.
jacket.
Where are we? Here he is. Yes, as I said, defending champ, but also finished third the year before he won, and has played the course 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times, which is a very good average for past winners, I might say. He doesn't quite fit the statistical ranges that we want, but he is putting very, very well. Strokes gained putting is 34th. So for a player who has played well at this course a number of times and has experience here, wasn't the worst last week. Jason Cochrane, $41.
Was that window just still open on your browser from when we recorded last week?
Wow.
Did you take him last week as well?
Yeah.
Wow. Did not take you for a Coke Creek fan.
I'm not going to say anything.
Looks like a long shot, baby.
Move on.
Yeah.
Patrick, Ruffy.
Aaron Rye, $111, have tipped him out before. Profiles pretty well here. Long-time listeners of the cut line will remember fondly his victory in the Hong Kong Open at the very similar tree-lined Fanling Links, I believe it's called there. He's 33rd for greens and reg on tour this season, 55th to scrambling, which isn't great, but at this price, he's about as good as you're going to find. 4 top 20s this season already and 2 top 30s in his last 4 starts. Can handle the win because he won at the Scottish Open, so gets up. I think he's worth a shout at $111. Aaron Rye.
Nice. I'm going for the Australian Cameron Davis at not 46, at $101. A little bit inconsistent in the last 5. He's cut 46, T3, cut T46 last week. But across those tournaments, those 5, he's gained strokes against the field each week in approach. He's had 3 good putting weeks in a row and can get pretty hot around the greens. He's ranked 30 as the 35th best golfer in the field this week. Worth a look, $101. I also thought too, Charlie Hoffman at 276 has been playing terribly, but
He's already
he loves this course.
looking for an apartment in Jeddah, isn't he?
Yes, but just have a look at maybe a top 40 or something. But, Paul, Ruffy.
Ruffy Patton Kazaya.
He had a fun week last week, didn't he?
Let's just say he wasn't keen on the setup of the course or the conditions.
What a joke.
Wow. Although he was well backed by one punter
Was.
who, well, was he paying around 400s?
Yeah.
400 to win, and one punter had backed him to win
Top 5, top
top
10.
10, all the way down, and well, he was never a chance. But I think he will be a chance this week in Texas at the Colonial Country Club. He's also another one who's played a number of times here. He was 3rd in this tournament last season, so I think he's come to grips with it. Put a line through his start last week. Just put a line through that.
Where did he finish? He made the cut though, didn't
He did.
Yeah.
75th.
he? Oh, yeah.
So he had a final around 73. So
I think Tiger
one of
beat-
the better rounds.
Tiger beat him and he withdrew.
Tiger did not beat him because Tiger withdrew. He's left to be there. He's had a number of top 20s and top 30s this season. He is just bubbling away for mine. I do like the look of a good friend, Patton Kazaya.
Maybe you should go play on the Sunshine Tour. He'd be more comfortable with the course setups there or something.
Has he? This is a genuine question. Has he had a win before?
Yes, 2.
Must be memorable.
Oh, let me see. 2 PGA Tour victories.
Oh no, both in the same year. Got hot.
2017-18.
Mm.
There's plenty of sunshine in both those locations as well.
Puerto Rico, Punta Vallarta.
And Honolulu.
Oh,
Plenty
yeah.
of wind there too.
Windy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Nice. Alrighty. $100 to spend this week. Back to 100 instead of the 200 last week. Let's see if we can keep the good times rolling for the punters, fellas.
The good times were on.
Patrick, I'll start with you. Where is your 100 going this week?
Keeping it fairly simple this week. 2 bets on the great Jordan Spieth. 15 for the win at $14. 30 for him to finish top 5 at $5. $5 on Tom Hoagie to win at $56. $10 on him to finish top 5 at 14, and 15 for the top 10 at $7. $2 on Aaron Rye at 111s, and 20 on him to finish top 20 at 5s. Then my last $3 will be on a group betting multi. Jordan Spieth, William Zalatoris, and Davis Riley, and that comes in just shy of 40 to 1.
Nice. I'm going spraying the board a little bit.
It's unlike you.
It's working. It's a winning formula. 10 to win on Spieth and Max Homer at 15s and 25s. 5 to win on Tommy Fleetwood and Brian Harmon at 31s and 56s. I got 30 on Jordan Spieth, top 5. I had 450 here, but I'm happy to take $5 too.
Just have a look
And
at that.
$10 on Max Homer at top 5 at 750. We had $10 on Brian Harmon, top 10 at $7. What did I get? Did I get it right?
Fine.
Yep, $5.
Oh, $5. Very good. So $10 on Brian Harmon, top 10 at 7s. Group betting multi. Group C are going to take Tommy Fleetwood into Davis Riley in Group D. $10 on that at $11.90. And then $10 on Cam Davis, top Aussie at $3.10. I think that adds up to 100. Paul.
Okay, let's start. Colin Morikawa, $50 to win at 18s. $10 on Morikawa, first round leader at 29. And $10 on Morikawa, top US player at $15. $10 on Jason Kokrak for a top 5 at $11. $10 on Patton Kazire for a top 10 at $13. And $10 on Kevin Na, first round leader at $61. Just in case they both did heat for first round leader.
Kevin Na also likes this place. Has one.
Yeah, no.
Nah. Well done. All right, boys. That'll do us. Short, sharp this week.
Yeah.
Uh,
Plenty of good golf on though.
plenty of good
I
golf.
mean, that's a very, very good field after a major.
It is. And I'm really surprised JT hasn't pulled out yet.
Yeah, I did look at the field last night when I was first doing my, and I thought, yeah, between him and Zalatoris, they were odds on for at least one to say no thanks. But
Yeah. I do like JT this week too, but just wonder about the hangover. The stats suggest that he should be there or thereabouts.
Hopefully Sky will have some coverage of the Champions Tour, especially final day if Elk is in contention.
And the woman,
Oh,
keen on that too. Hopefully we
they
get
should
some
have
decent betting available there.
quite broad coverage of the match play event. It's a great course. It's a great course for a match play. Love
It's
it. Loved it last year.
Not the match, but match play. in
Yeah,
general.
match play. Yeah.
Hey, guess what? I'm playing Kinloch this week.
Well, hey,
Good news, eh?
that is.
So I'll feed back on that.
Oh, you'll enjoy it.
next week. Just bought some new golf balls too, just in case.
And you'll need them.
Yeah, I've heard.
You will need them.
Yeah.
And you'll need a cart. I think
No, we're walking.
What tees you playing
Not
off?
by choice. There are no carts left.
Oh, what tees you playing
Well,
off?
hopefully the whites.
Yeah.
I want to have fun. I don't want to.
Look, there are a number of tees that are you have to backtrack sort of thing, and backtrack and go up hills.
I spoke to a good friend yesterday who said there was a tournament. He used to be a pretty good golfer. There was a tournament there playing off the Nicholas tees,
Yeah.
the very back ones.
Yeah.
And I think he said on the first, generally plays straight into the wind, 260 odd carry to get to the fairway.
Yep.
He said at the time there were guys trying to lay up onto the white tee box because they knew they couldn't make
They
the
weren't going to
fairway.
make it, and there's a lot of rubbish.
That terrifies me. So
That's, great course.
give you some feedback.
Sounds like I made the right
next
decision
week.
not to play Kinloch when I was last in Taupo.
Beautiful
anyway.
course.
Yay for me.
You playing Ryder Cup?
I don't know.
Have you got permission yet?
Let's take that offline.
Yeah,
the listeners don't need
seems
to.
like this might be a
Sorry, team.
Yeah.
Good luck with the punt this week.
Nothing else?
No, not this week.
Okay.
We got stripped out last week.
Well, I just thought I'd ask.
Foxy, $21 in Holland.
He's playing, is he?
Yeah,
DP.
he's in the market,
Man.
just behind Burnt Wiesberger.
Yeah, okay.
It's all happening in the world of
I
golf.
thought he would have had a week off.
That,
He said it's like
Ulster to Amsterdam.
5, and this will be 5 or 6 in a row. I
He
reckon
did,
he's
he did have a
pushing-
good break.
I reckon he's pushing pretty hard for a US Open.
Yeah.
He really,
Mm.
Like automatic entry.
he could have. He had that in the palm of his hands, I think,
Well, the final day.
and the Open too. Anyway, we're done.
Well,
We will. I'm not sure when we're back, but we'll be back sometime the next couple of weeks
Is it Memorial next week?
to preview some pretty big golf tournaments,
Probably not.
including the women's majors.
this is a memorial.
I just completely make that up.
We'll, anyway, we'll be
Cool.
back. Enjoy the punt. Good
Yep.
luck, and we will see you when we see you.